Tammy, I want to draw a contrast between President Trump's very positive image of America and America's future and the Democrats who are doing damage control from the debate. It's like day and night between the two.
It is. And what's interesting is this is not new when it comes to the impact. People are attracted to confidence, to being assured, to winning, to happiness. You look even just at the president's face. He's enjoying himself. There's an inspiration to move forward. There's an assurance that we can do things. There's not a guarantee, but it's that kind of natural, especially American sensibility, that anything is possible.
That's America.
Yes, exactly.
That's America.
And it's our nature as individuals. I know we're a country of people who've come together from all over the world historically, but we come here because we have an optimistic view about what's possible. The Democrats are mired in quicksand. It is this morose, victimized framework that's based in identity politics, relying on victimhood.
It's victimization. It's victimhood. That's what it is.
Yeah.
America is not a downer. America is an upbeat kind of society.
Yes, but we're
exciting.
we're realistic. But that doesn't mean you can't be optimistic. Realism in America, our own history shows that we were right, that anything is possible. And the recovery that we've seen under President Trump has reinforced that in the modern age. We were told for almost a generation, there's a new normal coming. Everything's not going to be great. Settle down, calm down, slow down, America. You've got the global world to worry about. Whereas, in fact, it is the American sensibility that rises up the rest of the world. And that's now what we're moving into, is a remembrance of who we are and an acting on it. And that's why people are lining up for the president's speeches, because he not only delivers, he's a reminder of what's possible.
You've gotten off to a very good start on a Friday morning.
It's a good Friday morning.
Yes, it is.
Many mornings of more to come.
I want more out of you, so stay there for a second, please.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk money. What we're looking at this morning really is a flight to safety. Gold is up $22 at $16.42 per ounce. That, by the way, is a fresh 7-year high. And again, I want to repeat this. The 10-year Treasury yield sounds a little arcane, a little wonky, but when it goes down to 1.48%, you know you've got another flight to safety on your hands. That's what we've got. Jonathan Honig, money guy, with us now. Here's the question, though, Jonathan. Does the price of gold stay up there at these lofty levels when the virus eventually goes away?
It does, Stuart. I absolutely think it does, because this has been a trend that's been unfolding for well over a year now. As you said, gold is at a 7-year high. It's up 23% in just the last year. That's, in fact, the same percentage return as the S&P 500. And gold, in fact, is at all-time highs in a lot of other currencies like the euro. So, when I look at trends, my philosophy is that trends tend to persist in the market. And when you see these strong trends, and just even look back to gold's history, Stuart, from 2001 to 2012, gold went up every year, and there was innumerable kind of news headlines, everything from the war in Iraq to the elections, etc. So this is a long-term trend, and I think it persists for gold.
Real fast, Jonathan, I see the market down across the board this morning. I'm suggesting that's the virus. But is it possible that Bernie Sanders, being the clear front runner, is also a negative for the market? What do you think?
Well, look, there's no way to predict exactly what it's hard to even say it, Stuart, but a President Sanders economy or stock market would look like. I mean, look for Obama, for example, because of the Republican sequester, a lot of Obama's bad ideas were essentially curtailed. But my God, if Bernie Sanders' core philosophy, to the extent his socialism, communism is enacted, Stuart, we know from every historical example, massive wealth destruction has followed. So I don't know if the market's fearful about Bernie Sanders, but they should be, because we know from history exactly what those types of policies result.
All right, Jonathan, stay with us, please. I want to bring you back on the opening of the market. I want to go back to Tammy Bruce. She's in such fine form. Why not? She wrote this: Bloomberg is a model product of the Democratic Party's identity politics. Explain.
Yes, this is fascinating. Remember his comments about farmers. And that has raised, of course, an appropriate conversation about his elitism and his, misunderstanding of the nature of farming and the great people who feed not just this nation but the world. But I contend it's not just him. It's also the women who are running for president on the Democratic side. Each one of them, whether they're still in or out, has complained about sexism hindering their bid for the presidency, that it's their own base that they're arguing effectively that won't be voting for them or expect something from them that it doesn't work because they're women, that it's sexism that's driving that. The fact of the matter is, when you're being asked to vote for someone because they're a woman, you are training people to operate under gender stereotypes. You're asking them not to ask about leadership or the issues or policy. You're saying, think within a gender stereotype and vote for that person because of this sliver of their identity, either because of they're a person of color or because they're a woman or because they're gay. And then you can't get upset when they move into gender stereotypes when they're making decisions overall. And my contention about Bloomberg is, and this is what we have to watch out for, it's not just about gender or sex. It also can be about our work. He, within identity politics, has now moved a sliver of people out to being isolated and denigrated because they're farmers. So the moment you start deciding that people are going to be judged based on who they are, that will happen also when it comes to the nature of their profession.
That was very good.
And beware, because that's going to divide us even more. We must reject it.
Absolutely.
Farmers unite.
It's division right down the line.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Tammy.